Welcome to Sachacek Plays E4 Rapid Daily, Game 10, Stockfish Demands Therapy. We are going to play one game daily, and let's just start. So this game we don't see E4 because we are going to play black with against the D4, and Queens Gambit accepted. And I'm already out of theory because I don't remember the exact move order against the E4. There was a move I was supposed to play here. Oh, memory issues. What's the move like E5? So we are playing Hassan Al-Sam 1652. And what is the move that I was supposed to play here? Something tells me that the move was E5. But after D5, knight to F6 maybe? And C6 doesn't look like it. I need to do a lot more work in my openings. Because same like with E4, I can't remember things. So E5, D5, knight F6, or actually C6 maybe. Play. Yeah, I'll go E5. I can't remember what was the move order against E4, but I'm going to try E5 and see what will happen next. So if D5, I will first hit the pawn with knight to F6, and then I want to further. Oh, so I think it was E5, and after E takes D4, Queen takes D4. Bishop C4. There will be a potential of knight to G5. But knight G5, we can always go knight E5. So I'm going to play knight to C6. I would not be surprised if bishop B5 happens. It's not happening. Bishop G4 could work if bishop F7, king F7, knight to G5, queen takes G5. That's two pieces. But then I need to calculate a move like queen to A. If queen takes G5 and then a queen A4 is not a check. Okay. So I'm going to play bishop G4. Queen b3, okay, hitting the f7 and hitting the b7. So I'm already taken way beyond my theoretical abilities. And the problem is, if bishop f3, bishop f7, then king e6, queen e6 is already a checkmate. So who wants to get checkmated? Well, certainly not me. Queen d7, bishop f7, queen f7, queen b7. You will be able to hit me here. I can take potentially on f3. Let the rook go. Something truly unsavory happened here. But I'll play queen d7 because I don't know nothing. And yeah, learning a new repertoire, especially if you cannot remember even like the first two moves, it's really fun. The question is though, I can play potentially king e7, but then maybe bishop takes g8, rook g8. I cannot even play rook g8, so let's go into this line. Yeah, queen b7, fully expected. Now queen c6 and queen a8, those are two moves actually, not just one that white can do. Let's not pretend that this position is any better than it actually is, because it isn't. Well, it feels like rook d8, at least to keep this pawn on the board. I'm expecting queen c6 to happen. And I guess offer queen trade. If the queen trade happens, then I'm taking back with the bishop, because if I take back with the rook, I'm in trouble. If I take with the king, I'm in trouble. So despite my best efforts, I'm going to be losing this pawn as well. So losing position right off the opening, just by trying to play something sharp. That can happen and will happen if you don't prepare your openings well. But just like yesterday, I'm going to try my best and fight to the last drop of blood. There's possibly I can play 97. It's maybe smarter to try and trade the queens, because I cannot avoid not trading them. But I don't want this knight to come here with a 10 piece, so let's just play knight e7. Hitting the queen. The queen will trade. I don't think the queen can move, you know, maybe it can move to b5, which makes sense, but then after c6 you will be losing the pony. So I'm expecting the queen trade here. And yeah, definitely the opening that I need to look at for the second time at least. Bishop e3 will be played, or can be played, and will be played, and is played. I would really want to push this rook around a little bit with move like bishop b4. But I cannot do that if I'm going to be kicking this knight, so I lost 2 pawns for absolutely nothing. So at least, yeah, at least let's go and try and be active as much as possible. Well, the one thing that I have and they don't is a pair of bishops, but doesn't seem to be good enough. Can play c4 here. But after knight c5 I have to move the rook again, and I want the rook on d file, so how can I do this? Oh, this game was lost so quickly. Everybody, you know, even the people who don't play chess very seriously, everybody can prepare some nice openings. I don't even feel like I want the knight on c6. Feels like the knight wants to go to g6 more. But after knight c5 or bishop c5, there'll be that issue of okay, I'm gonna play knight c6. I'm losing another pawn. Not really happy with that, but not really much I can do about that. Could push c4, but knight c5 was annoying. Knight a5 maybe was annoying too. I guess playing rook d8 maybe makes the most sense here. My bishop might need to retreat all the way to c8 after some f3. Well, it is what it is. I'm gonna try and keep the d file for a moment, but it's futile after g4. White can play also knight e6, so it's just one of those no bueno games, as I call them. But who wants to retreat that bishop all the way here and then rook d1 comes, and I at least want to have a chance to play knight c2 and e3. Yeah, but okay. So I do not feel like I want to give this pawn yet, so, and I also don't want to be checked. Oh, rook f8, bishop c5. Ooh. Can this get any worse than it is? Earl? Okay, a counter attack, but it's not even going to work because my is there any point in keeping playing? I'll try and just my daughter, somebody's trying to call her, so that's why I was trying to tell her to go. And this game, number 10, ooh, really bad, really bad. Okay, white wants everything. Sometimes you get everything. Once this knight is pinned, I cannot avoid the rook trade, so I'm going to just try and move like knight e5 also like forces me to basically lose this rook. So my e5 line was really, really good. Okay, the thing is, might be able to hold that knight there. Not for long, but because yeah, knight e5 eventually, and then those checks are here. So yeah, this is the kind of game that I was expecting to happen if you know, I'm learning new openings. The computer, the engine lights, and I just don't know what to do. So it's quite possible that the game was finished after bishop g4, queen b3. That's how quickly it's gone. So my feeling is that I can hold this knight here for a moment, but eventually, like, I don't know, whatever that will happen. The idea is if b4, I can play bishop c4. Now at least I can retreat the king to a square where he cannot be checked. So in that case, if this knight goes forward, then I might be able to hop away with my knight. So king f7 it is. But then white can maybe play a move like knight b4, hitting both the rook and the bishop, and then I would still have to trade. He will play knight to c1. If he plays knight to f4, knight to f4 I can stop. Knight to c1 I cannot stop. So I'll be losing another piece, and that's the game. Is there a chance for me to do something? Could be able to play knight to e5, but it's nothing. Once the last rook is traded, it's over. If I go king e6, knight f4 already is the move that makes me to take here. I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna do it. There's nothing to lose in this game because the game is already lost. Okay. There is a chance that white will make a mistake and I can potentially pick up a piece. Because they will want to end the game on the spot if possible. It may not be there. Pawn endgame at this moment will be completely lost for me. And there's that little chance already to win at least one rook with knight e2. But if I play bishop g4, then there is rook g7 counter-attacking this bishop, so I don't want that. So I'm just going to move the bishop here. But now bishop g4, bishop c6 is one of the moves. I mean bishop e4, bishop c6, but it's not, I'm losing those pawns and one of the moves could be knight e2, maybe. Yeah, let's play knight e2. I cannot protect this pawn anymore. So at least to keep this pawn. And if this check, then if I go here, then e5 already looks pretty losing. So I'll have to already go down here. Yep, sad life. Bishop takes. Oh no, I just missed. There's also e5 and rook g4 falls, and then this will happen. So yeah, if rook g4, that's the game. I promise no more torture of yourselves or myself. And I need to go back to drawing table where I need to figure out how not to lose in the Queen's Gambit accepted. But at least it's a good warning if you if all you care about is results. Actually, maybe this could be a move as well. Although I can still run here, but it's still, once you take that bishop, it's game over. E6, interesting. Still giving me a theoretical chance to stop the pawn. Wow, I'm stopping your pawn, buddy. I'm so stopping your pawn. There's no stopping me, stopping the pawn. Might not be the 100% accurate here, but definitely is giving me some chances. I can't play that. I can play g4, right? G4, but then they have rook f5 already. And if knight e6, then rook f5 is also a move. So I need to protect this square. Maybe I can go just by moving back, right? Let's move back. Maybe I can pretend that I want to. Oh, I'm not seeing things as well. Which is not all that fun if you have spots of blindness. B7 could be the move. I cannot capture any of the rooks. I cannot capture this pawn. This is as over as it can be. And with that, my dear friends, I'm going to resign this game. Yeah, world traveler. Today we traveled to Libya. Good game, Hassan Al-Sam. So they definitely prepared bets in the opening. I forgot my own preparation here. I thought the e5 was the move. ED4 might have been the move, but here bishop g4 is the obvious blunder, because after queen b3, oops, no casting. After queen b3, these two pawns, one of them is surely falling, can't protect them both. And that's all she wrote. Yeah, too many pawns. I don't think c4 would be changing the result or anything like that. One of my ideal ideas that I've seen would be something like, say, not even c4 really, but like to put the bishop on b4 and then bishop e2, but it's just dreaming. White has rook c1 as well, so it's just not, there's nothing here, and retreating bishop here also wouldn't change anything. White can just do that. It was just unfortunate that wherever I moved my piece, it was to be exploited. So once I moved this bishop here, there was this fork, so it makes me move my rook again. Now I know that the rook probably was a lot better here to at least control this square, but I found too late that knight bishop c5 is coming. Also, playing knight c2 wouldn't work because now the knight is being trapped here. So it was too many things, and I was not able to come back from this. I surely tried. You can tell that there was this attack on this rook, but I think even if you take here and I take here and you take here, white is just still easily winning. They can even take here, and I need to guard this pawn, and going towards these pawns don't make even sense, so I would be lost even like in a simple chop 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 scenario. So I saw that. Here again, simple chop chop take, and I'm completely lost. So after rook g4 I would be resigning, but here white gave me a little bit of hope. So as you can see, I was boldly repeated moves just in case they want to give me a couple more checks. That would be great, achieving a draw. But another pawn just decided. And if you look at my thinking, I thought now I can fork the rooks with the next move, but then I realized that the knight is not even there. So my chess vision isn't that great either. And b7 cannot really take here because they will just promote. Cannot take here for the same reason, and then just rook a8, b8. I'm losing this. Eventually this I can lose as well there. I cannot take here because this will be with the check. So even if I capture here, they capture back, still a check, have to go up. They will have a queen, they will have a rook. I'll be completely lost. So that's my game for today, and hopefully next time they play Queens Gambit accepted, I will hopefully play much better game. Apologies, I'll see you later.